Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is January 19th, and we are sitting just 10 hours after Coinbase suspended trading, buying, and selling of XRP on its platform. 10 hours have gone by, and there has neither been a crash nor a real spike. Although if you are a short-term day trader, that spike up to 33 cents could have been very profitable for you. But for all intents and purposes, we're still sitting pretty flat. I suspected it would pump. It did a very little bit. I hoped it would crash. It did not. We're still using this trend line for support, which means we're still in this bullish channel. Isn't that interesting? That even without Coinbase, XRP seems to be doing okay. You know, it never ceases to amaze me. I see so many comments in my videos, people saying things like, there's no way it's going anywhere until the SEC thing is figured out. And since that's probably not going to happen for another, and everybody knows how long that's going to be. Some people say that's not going to happen for another 3 years. Other people say that's not going to happen until October. Other people say that's not going to happen until next year at this time. Nobody, you don't know. You don't know. But here's the crazy thing. 95% of XRP is traded outside of the United States. You know, I did a video. It was one of my least watched videos. It was called Why the SEC Will Fail, or Why the SEC Cannot Destroy XRP, or something like that, or Why XRP Will Triumph. And I misspelled triumph. It was a Freudian slip. But there were 3 reasons why I said the SEC would not prevail and XRP will triumph. And those 3 reasons are, number 1, XRP is not American. 95% of XRP is traded outside of the United States of America. And so to think that an American governmental organization can shut down XRP when 95% of it is traded outside of the United States of America is ridiculous. The rest of the world is not going to wait on the SEC. XRP is not American. Number 2, XRP is not Ripple. Ripple is an organization. XRP is not. Even if Ripple as an organization became defunct, XRP would continue to function. XRP can exist without Ripple. And then number 3, XRP is not a security. It's not. It's a utility token. If you've done any work overseas or had any overseas partnerships and had to receive or send funds overseas using the SWIFT system, you know how powerful XRP can be. SWIFT code, bank code. You need all of this information, and it takes multiple days, and it costs about 5%. But I could send you $5 million in XRP, and it would cost 30 cents, and it would take 90 seconds. You could be anywhere in the world as long as you've got a good internet connection and a good XRP wallet. I could send you $5 million in XRP. It would arrive in 90 seconds, and the transaction would cost 30 cents. So this asset has the power to replace SWIFT and to bring the entire banking system into the 21st century. And so that the fundamentals of XRP did not change. The lawsuit has done nothing to change the fundamentals of XRP. That's why it's the most undervalued asset on the market right now. And that's why Coinbase suspending it didn't kill it. Interesting, isn't it? That people are that line right there, that's people buying it. And that was today. And that was after Coinbase, but a little before and a little after Coinbase shut down. Why? Because 95% of it is bought and sold outside of the United States. So keep that in mind. XRP is not American, XRP is not Ripple, and XRP is not a security. And if you keep those 3 things in mind, you'll understand why the SEC will not succeed in destroying XRP. Can't do it. Well, on a side note, today was a momentous day for me. It was momentous for me because I had perhaps the most comically significant comment left on one of my videos of my entire career as a YouTuber, which is markedly short, a little more than 2 weeks now. And the comment was, and I quote, "You are the most stupid YouTuber in the whole world." That's hilarious. I mean, that's like perfect. That was comedic gold. I just fell on the floor and I cracked up laughing when I read that. You are the most stupid YouTuber in the whole world. Well, listen, if you're the person who left me that comment today, I would like to thank you for making my day. because that I had a kick out of it. I sent it to some of my friends and said, I have arrived. I am here. Well, listen, going back to this chart, I want to share something with you. I started talking about it in my video yesterday, and I've gotten a lot of comments from yesterday's video, and I want to address some of them. One of the comments, that I got a lot of was people, when it comes to leverage trading, people are scared to death because 90% of day traders lose all their money. 90% of day traders end up in the negative. You invest a certain amount, you either lose most of it, some of it, or all of it. And I know what it feels like. I've been liquidated multiple times when I was trying to day trade. Day trading is dangerous. So 90% of day traders lose money, and a large percentage of them lose everything. Like you lose your entire shirt. So I do not recommend day trading. I can't recommend day trading because I don't do it. I'm not good at it. And the reason is, in order to be a successful, profitable day trader, you have to be a master at technical analysis. That top 10 that's profitable, those guys, the majority of them at best have a 40% strike rate. Okay? And the masters have a 60% strike rate. All right? So if you got a 60% strike rate, you are killing the game. But if you got a 40% strike rate, you're profitable. And I mean, in order to be a profitable day trader, number one, you got to know your strike rate. You got to know your success rate. And then number two, you've got to understand the risk-reward ratio in entering into any trade. So these guys, they know, okay, I'm right 40% of the time. And that means that if I'm going to enter into a trade, the risk-reward ratio needs to be, say, 1 to 3. Which means, let's say if I'm wrong about the trade, it's going to stop me out at a 5% loss. But if I'm right about the trade, it's going to take profit at a 15% gain. So if I'm right, I make 15%. If I'm wrong, I lose 5%. So that's the recipe for being a successful day trader. So my strike rate is nowhere near 40% when it comes to short-term trades. So instead of doing short-term day trading, I do mid-term leveraged trading. I have a mid-term leveraged trading strategy that does not require me to be an expert at technical analysis. And let me tell you what a mid-term trading strategy does. All a mid-term trader does is look for assets that are grossly undervalued, that are at the very bottom of their cycle, and then add along on them. So let's say I started today. Right now, we're sitting at 816 Satoshis. I put in $200, and I make a $200 816 Satoshi bet against XRP BTC. No leverage here. Even though on the platform I trade on, I could do 100x leverage on this trade. Ridiculous. If it goes down 1%, I'm liquidated. A 10x trade, if it goes down 10%, I'm liquidated. A 4x trade, if it goes down 25%, I'm liquidated. I'm not interested in getting liquidated out of the gate. So here's what I do. I make a 1x trade, no leverage, which means it has to go down 100% for me to be liquidated. If I put in that $200 and make a $200 bet against my $200 deposit, the asset has to go to zero in order for me to get liquidated. But secondly, I look at what the very bottom of the asset is, and right now, the very bottom is, let's say 623 Satoshis. So I put my stop loss in, let's say, at 600 Satoshis. So even if it does crash to zero, I'm going to get out of it after I've lost 25%. So I've lost $50. And even that's a pretty big risk to lose 25% of my $200. But I'm willing to take it on this at this moment. Why? Because it's at the very, very bottom. It's at the very bottom. When I first started this YouTube channel, I called my first video Operation Find the Bottom, because that was my goal. I'm going to find where the bottom of this is, and I'm going to have a trade in down here that I'm just going to hold and wait. Right now, my trade is at 720 Satoshis, and I'm just holding. So this is what I do. Let's say I got in today at 814 Satoshis. Here's what I do. I wait for it to double, and it gets here to 1,600 and let's say 1,630 Satoshis. And once it consolidates there and there's signs that it's going to go up again, I'll add another $200 trade right here. But guess what I'll do with the bottom one? I'll set a stop loss up here at, say, 1,400 Satoshis. So if it crashes from 1,600 Satoshis all the way down to zero, I'm going to set the stop loss here to stop me out, say, I don't know, 1,200 Satoshis. Gives it some room to move. But if it crashes, all I'm doing is using those stop losses to lock in profit. Once you made the initial profit off the first trade, you use stop losses to protect your future profit. And from that point on, if it crashes again, all you're doing is locking in guaranteed profit. Now, if I do that at 800, 1,600, 2,400, 3,200, 5,000, and how high can it go? It can go all the way up to the top of its range, which is 22,000 Satoshis. If it goes all the way up to 22,000 Satoshis, and I keep adding leverage, taking profits along the way, let's say every 4 levels I take profits on the 3rd level down, I can turn that $200 into $59,000. And because I'm doing it as a midterm, I mean, this strategy, I can employ this for the next several months. But I'm not looking to get in and get out with a 10% gain or a 20% gain or a 15% gain. I'm looking for the 4,400% profit. I'm looking to ride this 700 Satoshi bet all the way up to 22,000 Satoshis. And so that midterm trading strategy, it protects your profits. And it also means that you don't have to be a technical analysis wizard in order to do it right. And actually, the more room you put between the bets, the safer it becomes. Instead of 1,600 Satoshis, what if you waited till you got to 4,000 Satoshis and then doubled it? Then waited till you got to 8,000 Satoshis and doubled it again. You could spread it out so that you've got so much unrealized profit that's a cushion that you're always adding the next trade against your last trade's unrealized profits, and that's how you protect your profits. So anyway, I do that on Prime XBT, and I teach that in my Patreon group. Please check out my Patreon group if you want more information about that. But even in this midterm strategy, I am diversified. I'm not only trading XRP BTC, but I'm trading XRP USD. Why? Because it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of its progression, very close to the bottom. And I've got a tight stop loss here on my trade, so that if it goes below this line, if it breaks down beneath this line, it'll stop me out, and I will reconfigure the trade once it consolidates and see where it goes from there. I'm also trading LTC BTC. I've got into a trade in LTC BTC down here. Why? Because I looked at the asset only one time in its history, which was November of this year. Has it ever been this low before? And so the very bottom of it is 3,600 Satoshis. I got in at 3,800 Satoshis right down here at the bottom of this area in this support resistance. And I knew we had to break above this. We exploded above that. We hit a new level of resistance. We came back down to test this and then exploded above it. And now we're building support here. See? We've got a second candle. 3 candles have built support on this line right here, which is very, very encouraging. So I believe it could bounce here for a little while and then explode up to a new level. And we see these different levels of support here that we can add. This looks like a level of support there. Yep. We got multiple points there, there. Yep, this looks like a legit level of support. And it looks like it was reaching for that, didn't make it all the way. So if it bounces here up, it's going to, probably bounce off this level support before it breaks up above that. But at every level, I'm looking to add to my trades. I'm not adding yet because it's too close. But, when it gets much higher, I'll add to my trades. So anyway, I teach that in my Patreon group. Check that out. I'm trading on Prime XBT. There's a link both to my Patreon group and to Prime XBT in the description. And love to help you set that up. But at any rate, all is well. I mean, we're looking at this and all is well. We're still on track. Looking at XRP, we're still in this bullish channel. We're using that support. All is well. Coinbase didn't kill it. The SEC can't kill it. The FUD can't kill it. In the long run, this is just going to make us all more wealthy. So in the meantime, as you're waiting for this stuff to pop, my prayer for you is that you would sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. And that's all I got for you tonight. This is Cryptogenic signing out.